Welcome to a brief but extremely important presentation on the microcirculation. First, let's see the circulatory system. Total length of blood vessels in the body is 60,000 miles, equal to circling the globe 2.5 times. Circulation. Starting at the heart. The heart's only function is to pump blood into the body. The artery's function is to carry blood from the heart to the capillaries. The capillaries are the nutrient exchange vessels. The veins' function is to carry blood back to the heart. Microcirculation. These are the microscopic blood vessels of the circulatory system. Detailed diagram of the microcirculation. The arterioles bring blood to the capillary network and the venules carry blood back to the heart. Why is the microcirculation important? The capillaries are even microscopically very small. This is one drop of blood to show you how microscopically small red blood cells are. Red blood cells pass through the capillaries in a single line. The squeeze on the red blood cell releases the hemoglobin. It's the microscopic blood vessels that are the first to show the signs and symptoms of a slow and sluggish circulation, especially in the U-turns of circulation in the toes and in the fingers. These can be observed by a large number of signs and symptoms which you may feel or your doctor may point out to you. Muscles of circulation. The heart is a strong muscle, continuously pumping blood into circulation. Walls of the large arteries contain a thick muscular layer. This is its essential feature. As the blood flows away from the heart, the size of the artery becomes progressively smaller. Even the smallest arteries have a muscular wall. And as blood flows back to the heart, size of the veins gets progressively larger. Let's compare a medium-sized artery and a medium-sized vein. The artery contains significant muscle in its wall, and it's the contraction of this muscle that moves the contained blood within the arteries. The veins do not contain any significant amount of muscle except for the large veins. Veins have valves, which close to prevent the backflow of blood. And veins rely on external muscle. The contraction of the surrounding muscle squeezes the veins to move the contained blood. Yes, voluntary muscles surrounding the veins assist in venous return back to the heart. This diagram shows the lower leg and foot muscles. Please observe that the long muscles below the knee attach to the toes, and below the foot, 4 muscle layers, all of which attach to the toes. Therefore, toe movements have direct effect till the knees, which means that the 28 toe joints muscles are capable of moving blood till the knee level in both legs. A similar arrangement is found in the arms. The long muscles below the elbow all attach to the fingers, and all the muscles of the hand also attach to the fingers. Therefore, the 28 finger joint muscles are effective to move circulation till the elbows in both arms. Principles of science are timeless. Contrast enhanced angiography. First, blood supply to the top of the foot. Here the blood vessels form an arch. From this arch, branches arise to supply the toes individually. This first angiogram shows the main artery which supplies the top of the foot view and side of the foot view. The artery forming the arch on top of the foot, from where branches arise to supply the top of the toes individually. Blood supply to the bottom of the foot. A similar arch formation is seen, from where blood vessels arise to supply the bottom of the toes individually. This angiogram red arrows point to 2 arteries which supply the bottom of the foot, top view, side view. The arch at the bottom of the foot, digital toe vessels supplying the bottom of the toes. Non-enhanced magnetic resonance angiography of the hand. First, the normal blood supply of the hand. A similar arch formation is seen from where blood vessels arise to supply individual fingers. In the hand, there are 2 arches. This angiogram shows the arterial arch from where smaller blood vessels arise to supply the hand. The smaller branches subdivide to supply the individual fingers. This set of 3 angiograms are of the same person but using different imaging techniques. And in this last angiogram, circulation to the fingers is clearly visible. Contrast-enhanced magnetic resonance angiography. In this particular angiogram, please observe the black arrows which point to occlusion of digital blood supply, beyond which you do not see any circulation. In this angiogram, observe the white arrows which point to the occlusion of individual finger circulation. Photomicrography. This first photomicrograph shows the eye's retinal blood vessels divide and subdivide. Each finer subdivision supplies a particular area of the retina. For some reason, if this subdivision is occluded, there is no other blood supply that supplies that specific area of the retina. This second photomicrograph shows the circulation in a muscle capillary. The arteries divide and subdivide. The finer subdivisions of the surrounding arteries join together to form a network. With this network formation, if one artery is blocked for some reason, that area can be supplied by branches of the neighboring arteries. Unique feature of the microcirculation that it provides collateral circulation to the injured tissue, providing nutritional support for the wound to heal. This hand angiogram shows injury to the finger. The white arrow shows the point of injury to the artery. Please observe, the artery is filling up with blood beyond the injury. This means that the injured finger segment is now being supplied by branches of the neighboring arteries. This next angiogram shows a completely severed artery. A wide gap is seen between the 2 cut ends of the artery. Please observe, the branches of the severed artery beyond the injury are seen filling up with blood. The neighboring artery is seen supplying alternative blood supply to the hand. In the follow-up, a small new blood vessel has developed connecting the previously 2 cut ends of the severed artery. Awaken the microcirculation. Learn how to use the toe and finger exercises to de-stress the heart. An absolute must for those with a personal or a family history of any heart condition. But how and why are finger and toe exercises so special? For an in-depth explanation to this question, let's see how the arms develop. The arm bud originates from the side of the chest, near the developing heart. The growing arm takes the blood supply from the origin. The same reason why heart pain is referred down the arm and to the fingers. They both develop from the same area and they have a similar nerve supply. Finger exercises assist circulation from the fingertips to the elbows and simultaneously develop muscles of the fingers, hands, and forearms. Let's look at another example of how the legs develop. Leg buds originate from the sides of the body near the lower spine. This is why lower back pain is referred to the feet. Front and back long lower leg muscles stretch from just below the knee to the toes, and they assist not only in circulation but provide structural support to the knee joint both in the front and the back of the lower leg. The foot's circulation is affected by another major influence, gravity. Numerous small muscles at the bottom of the foot all attach to the undersurface of the toes. This sizable muscle's only action is to move the little toe to the outside. Let's look at another example of the big toe. This muscle only moves the big toe to the outside. The microscopic blood vessels in the toes and fingers are a silent killer which get blocked first from many common conditions. The heart pumps blood and blood must circulate. Stagnation is the first step towards a vicious cycle. Slow and sluggish circulation must always be avoided. This example will help to better explain why blood must be kept in a state of constant motion. Blood is 45% solid and 55% liquids. That's about half and half. As long as the blender is on, the shake is well blended. Bring life back to the U-turns of circulation, which are farthest from the heart and first to become obstructed from a number of common health conditions. This example of a garden hose demonstrates blood flow to and from the toes. In healthy pipes, the water flows freely. When the pipe is affected in the center, water flow significantly decreases. However, the tap is still supplying water and this volume of water is building up inside the pipe. This diagram correlates the garden hose water flow with circulation. The heart continues to pump blood into the enlarged arteries, which are already full of slow and stagnant circulation. This section shows the toe blood vessels being narrowed or blocked. This phenomenon is seen in many common conditions. This section shows less blood leaving the toes via the veins. Please observe the unequal equation of more blood flow to the toes than leaving the toes. With time, enough pressure builds up that the pipe detaches from the tap, representing heart and artery muscle damage. Learn how to de-stress the heart and activate to energize the extremities. The area of coverage by toe and finger movements is extensive. As shown in this diagram, finger exercises are effective from the fingertips to the elbows, and the toe exercises are effective from the tip of the toes to the knees. Use the Movement is Blessed Toes and Fingers program to rejuvenate the U-turns of circulation in the toes and in the fingers. Circulation is the key to life. Normal adult heart beats about 72 times per minute, about 37 million times per year. More than 1 billion heartbeats by the time you are 50 years of age. The average heartbeats in a lifetime is estimated to be about 3 billion. This DVD is especially made for seniors, easy to comprehend and simple to follow along. Please gift this self-educational DVD to your parent or grandparent. These exercises can be done anytime, any place without anything for everyone. You can do these simple yet effective toe and finger movements for a loved one when they need help the most in a health crisis.